As well, have the ostriches their heads still stuck in the stand, and are they going to get out of it? If we've learned anything from history, let's look at the Catholic Church and let's take Fianna Fáil.
Hang on, you're really losing me already here.
I mean, we've got to look at it in a way here, is that, I think in 20 years' time we may not have a game if it keeps going the way it is. I really do believe it. I think football is now becoming the charging of the aristocracy.
What's that got to do with the church and Fianna Fáil?
Well, I'll tell you why. If you look at 50 years ago, the church ruled this country. If you look at 2007, Fianna Fáil were top of the poll, you'd find most of them behind the poll. In 20 years' time, are we going to have a situation?
There is an example, like Monaghan are an example where they're a small enough county, and they don't have the numbers to go out and win an Ulster title this year. But they're punching above their weight, you would say, in terms of how they're playing football. They're doing incredibly well. And Kieran is right in a way. If you put the effort, if you're honest, there is an opportunity there to go play.
Are the best players playing in the weaker counties, Desi? Or
I think players nowadays are looking at it going, I ain't going playing against.
Can I put a point to you, Kieran? Sorry, Shane, but Mike McGurn, highly respected strength and conditioning coach of the Irish rugby team he's worked with. He's been with some county teams. He said to me yesterday on the radio, he cannot believe the amount of time Division 3 and 4 players are putting in, and strength and conditioning does not make it. They still get beaten by 24 points, and he thinks so they should not be putting so much of their life into it.
Well, let's look at it, Des. In Dublin alone, right? In Dublin alone, you've got 60 plus coaches in the county, right? You go down to the weaker counties, and you go down to the marginal counties like Roscommon, Westmeath, Offaly, Sligo, Leitrim, Monaghan, you call them over there, whoever they want. Yeah. They're the peasant communities, and they come to the August Bank Holiday weekend this weekend, and they get a chance to dine at the top table of the aristocracy, and they're sent home then for the rest of the year, and they're fed crumbs. There has to be a situation and a structure put into the GAA where the weaker counties are resourced properly through coaching structures. And if kids aren't being coached properly, we cannot expect the weaker counties to come to Dublin on August Bank Holiday weekend and compete with the likes of Kerry and Dublin, who are playing at an elite and a professional level in everything from preparation to
every county is responsible for themselves, and as Desi said, you have Monaghan who are competing at the top table, so I think every county has a duty themselves to ensure that they put the appropriate structures in place.
But unfortunately, I don't think we
can point the finger and blame a Croke Park for that one. I think
but they don't have the
leadership within each county.
Let's take an example of Roscommon, for instance, a county with 50,000 people.